We're going to change the thermal paste on this thing. What we do to change thermal paste on the computer is you first got to unplug the CPU fan. But before anything, you got to make sure that this is unplugged, you're grounded, touch the casing, hold down the power button after everything so the power will get drained out. You have to unplug this, move any cables out the way. You don't really need to pull off the heatsink. It's an option if you want to, but the fan off the heatsink if you want to go to clean dust under it. But I don't think you really need to do that. So with this, you gotta go corner to corner first, like so. These two sides and these two sides gotta go in an X pattern. You can't just be going around in a rotation. So you're gonna go ahead and completely unscrew it. Sometimes the screws will stay on, sometimes they won't stay on. So I'm not gonna, you know, predict for you what's gonna happen. If you haven't changed it in a long time, sometimes the processor may come out with it. That usually happens with AMDs, but with Intel, I haven't seen that yet. Okay, thermal paste isn't that bad. Still gotta clean it. Preferably get rubbing alcohol. See, but this is hydrogen peroxide, so just pretend it is. Go ahead and leave a comment down below that I'm using the wrong thing. Get that all the time. So I always start with the CPU fan. The top of the heatsink. Yeah, that is a Pentium dual core. Not a bad processor, especially since this is DDR3. I think. Clean out the top of your heatsink. Try to do it away over your computer. You don't want the over it. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of elbow grease, but should look like this. It might be gray in some spots, but as long as there's no particles, stuff like that, like napkins, get some compressed air, clean that off, run the processor, clean it off. Okay, once you got that done, you get your thermal paste. Do not overdo it. Don't spread it out. Don't get a credit card. Don't use your finger. Don't grab a glove. Forget that. What you go ahead and do is you leave a little droplet. That's it. That's it. And whenever you have access, just smear it off to the side. Don't waste thermal paste. Grab your heat sink, and you gotta watch out where the orientation of the fan cable is. So if it's like this, yeah, you just have to have enough space for it to come back around. Don't do it like this, or it'll be too tight. Do like do in a way where you have some slack with the cable if you want to manage it later. So you align the screws with the pins that are on top of the. If you want to look, get the close-up shot here, you want to align the pins with the ones on the motherboard. All right, these will have matching. You drop it in. It might take a few tries, but to get it done, should drop in just right. Every heatsink, every CPU type, different type of heatsinks, all gonna be different results. This part you want to tie in a little bit on one side, and then a little bit on the other side. All right, and same thing goes for this side. A little bit on this side, okay, and then you want to do a little bit on this side, and then just do a little bit of a pull test. Not too hard. You don't want to damage anything. So then you start tying it again. Same thing again. You tie one side, tie the other. Don't worry about the springs if they're like twisting around like that for this specific heatsink, but should come out just fine. Another thing is people are to call me out for not wearing an anti-static wristband. To be quite honest, I've been using and building and working on computers for years that doesn't require an anti-static wristband, and I just haven't used it before and never had a problem. I've even given shock to a computer and the computer still works after. So it's just a point of preference, and that's how you set up change the thermal paste on the CPU. It's very simple. All computers should be the same. If you're doing water cooling or you're doing a aftermarket setup, it may be different for you.